What is good, Fantasyland? We got a big one tonight. It is the final countdown. It's the final countdown before the NFL draft, which is tomorrow night, as you all know. And it's the final countdown for the never too early best ball tournament, the one we've all been smashing. I know the guy beside me has been smashing it. Aaron, Peanut Punch. You see him in every draft room that you register for. Hernandez, welcome, brother. Hopefully this time we get you without the echo.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm happy to be on. Yeah, last time I sounded like I was in the aquarium.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's, you know what, anytime you're adjusting new things in the content creation world, it can get iffy. And, you know, we get our challenges, but we fix it. We move on. We're happy to have you tonight. I registered for this actually this morning because I was waiting to see if this one would fill or if I'd be able to do it tomorrow. Like there was a 1 p.m., I think. There was a 1 p.m. and a 4 p.m. I don't know if those filled, but I knew this one was filling. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do tonight's. And then that way I know for sure I can get a show going.
Yeah, I hear you. I loaded up on four drafts today, 4 live drafts today. Trying to get in the window.
Guys, Aaron is a machine. If you don't know Peanut Punch, he is a drafting. I don't know anyone that drafts as much as him personally. And I know a lot of hardcore drafters. So that's why I like getting him on the channel. Him and I are drafting against each other in this room tonight. So usually I get guests on and we kind of tag team a build. But tonight we're going to be drafting solo. We'll be talking, we'll talk rookies, we'll talk NFL, we'll talk all kinds of stuff. Obviously the big topic du jour is the NFL draft tomorrow. But, we'll talk strategies. We'll do what we can with being against each other in the same room, which will be interesting. Always a nice balance to do that. If you're new to the channel, I'm JD, the Draft Room Baller, and this channel is specifically to help you become the best possible drafters. We focus on best ball drafts, especially this time of year. We do redrafts, tournaments, especially on the FFPC. We thank the FFPC for supporting this channel and all the support that they give us. So if you're not already at myffpc.com, make sure you use DR Baller on your first deposit and you'll get $25 off your first team. So let's bring in the draft room. There we go. Once the draft starts, I'll get some music going. We usually get some music going in the background. Hopefully, I know Snowman is there. What's up, Snowman? Appreciate you joining us. Let me move you up a bit there. Rob, maybe you can give us some input on our sound once we get this going. But we appreciate anyone joining us for the live draft. We get a little different look for tonight in the draft room after hours. Make it a little fun for the final countdown. But if you dare, Aaron, how many entries do you have in this tournament right now?
In this tournament, it's not. I didn't max it or anything. Probably 30, somewhere around there.
Okay.
I drafted more on the early season, preseason best ball over on the dog site, and then you got me on drafters. I drafted some over there too. These just weren't filling fast enough for me, and I like live drafts.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. They started filling really nicely the last, I would say, couple weeks on this site. A lot quicker, the sit and goes. That's kind of why I have drafters. It's kind of my, I don't want to say backup, but it's, I feel like it complements really well with this platform because usually if you can't get on one site, you've got something on the other site. The price points are pretty different. So I feel like they mesh really well together, excuse me. So that's kind of why I like, but FFPC for me is like, the 101. It's definitely my favorite place to draft, whether it's redraft tournaments, Dynasty. I was looking at my first ever Dynasty team. Actually, Rob, Harry Snowman is in that league with me. And on the site, my first year, I was looking at I tried to go back and track some of it. But my first year, I did what was called back then, what was it? There was the football guys. That's what it was, the football guys, the 350 buy-in. So basically what the big gorilla is now. And I one entry, it was my only team on the site. I believe it was 2015, 2013, something like that. I'll have to look back, but made it, won my league. So I thought, man, this is easy. This high stakes stuff, no problem. And just snowballed from there. The year after, joined more leagues. Then they started with the best balls. And, same thing. You do one best ball, then you do like 5. Then next thing you know, you're doing like 30, 50, in a year. I mean, I'm still not up to your numbers. When you told me your numbers last time when we got on, I was blown away. Maybe you want to share with people like how give people an idea what kind of volume you do maybe in an off season.
These pre-draft best balls, I think I'm up around. I have to be around 280, 290, somewhere around there.
Damn.
Somewhere around there across the 3 sites.
Damn. Like you mean
I
for this
did.
off season, you already have that many.
Yeah, I
That's
just love the
crazy.
draft, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. That's it. Drafting is the best part. I mean, let's face it, it's the best part of any, no matter what platform or what format you play, dynasty, redraft, best ball, the funnest part is drafting, and it's, you'll be in a dynasty
Yeah.
league. I know we have the GOAT leagues and my buddy Nate, pretty much runs them now. He's the commish. And it's like, the offseason will come. You start talking dynasty or rookie drafts. When are we going to do the rookie drafts? But everyone's jonesing. And if you mention, oh, guys, let's just do a startup, there's always going to be a handful of the guys that are just raring to go. Then you got the other part that are easily convinced, and then you fill in the holes with some guys you recruit offline. But at the end of the day, man, the draft is the funnest part. And tonight is no different. This is a 125 buy-in. If you don't know about this tournament, $40,000 for first, 20 rounds, tight end premium, start 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, and 2 flex spots. No defense, no kickers, none of that stuff. I mean, if you do like a 28 round deeper draft, which is usually a 12-man league, you're going to be doing, and those are fun. Don't get me wrong. I love the strategy with the defenses and the kickers. Just, I'll admit, I do a lot less of them. I find like I'm doing a lot more of these tournaments. And I think you're similar, aren't you, Aaron?
Yeah, I did a lot more of the standalones before. Now I'm really leaning into tournaments now. If I'm gonna play, I want to have a chance at that big prize.
And that's the thing, right? It's I like to keep like some kind of ratio between my tournaments and I call them cash games, like my 12-man leagues, just to kind of keep the bankroll. I find like it creates a floor for my bankroll, but at the same time, I mean, I've been lucky enough every year to kind of build it up through a lot of these tournaments. Obviously, with the main and the now what's called the Big Gorilla. Do you do the redraft tournaments? I believe you do.
I do. I'll do a little, but I honestly I try and stay away from. It's just too much work. The dinos and the redraft. So I already have a local one redraft that I do, or a couple of them, and then the dynasties that I've been cutting back on. It's just I'm trying to cut back on the in season just so I can pay attention to the team. So I try and stay away from the managed ones, but I usually do a couple a year at least a few of them.
All right, I'm just looking at my volumes here. What's this possible audio feedback detected on your end? I'm going to try just before we get in the draft. We got 4 minutes before we get this thing started. I have like this little option, a little echo in the sound. So let me see if we can, if you cut off, just come back through the same link. Let me know if you have any. There we go. So now it should be better. Snowman saying there's a bit of an echo. Let me know. Do you have, by any chance, head like earbuds or headphones or something you can hook up to your phone?
I have an earbud in.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm using Bluetooth. Maybe my.
Let me know if that's better, Harry Snowman, on your end. He's kind of my tech guy right now until we get this thing going. So we're gonna be going in about 3 minutes. He says nice draft spots. Yeah, I mean I've got the 5 spot and Aaron's in the 10. Sounds a lot better, it says. So perfect.
I'm just glad I'm not right next to you. I always end up being next to you.
You're always beside me. We've had like I think I've had at least 3 or 4 live streams where you're literally right next to me. It's crazy.
I know, and then I feel bad, so I feel like I got to put the live stream back, so I'm not listening in real time because I don't want to snipe your picks.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware. In the back of my mind, I know you're there listening. You know what? Before we get this
I
going,
try not to, man.
no, I get it. I get. You know what? We draft so much that it's so easy to kind of veer off to different, kind of different picks and different guys. Let me see, Snowman. I
Yeah.
want to get the music going, but I don't want to play it if it's going to mess up the sound between Aaron and I. So I'm going to put it on. Let me know if it's too much, or if we sound okay for you. Testing, Harry Snowman. Testing. Aaron, can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So let us know, Rob, if our sound is still good with the music on in the background. If not, I mean, I can. Too soft? Too soft meaning the music or Aaron or me? What's too soft? Eventually, we'll get this sound situation, this audio situation corrected, man. It's so annoying. The music is too soft, he's saying. I don't want to drown out our voices. I don't even think I can
you to
hear
crank it up.
Now. Hold on. Testing, testing. Aaron, you good on your end?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, man. Just a little better. All right, we'll work with this. Hopefully that's good. All right, perfect. All right, so we're down to 57 seconds. I'm in the 5 spot. Again, this is 1 QB. I mean, I feel like these things are pretty chalk now, Aaron, especially the first. You've got your chase is usually the 101 off the board. And then you've got the 3 running backs. You've got a couple receivers that jump in there maybe sometimes with Brock Bowers. And then you've got like that chunk, that tier in the second half, those receivers, when you're talking Puka, BTJ, Lamb, Bowers, or actually Lamb and Bowers. I consider Lamb. See, I consider him there with JJ, but he falls back, I find, in that back tier.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people are mixing it up. Now it's later in the tournament. I think people are mixing up a lot. That last draft I did the last one I did today, people were getting their guys. ADPs were a little bit wonky in that one.
It's going to be interesting now, being in this draft tonight, and then this weekend with the draft happening, and it's going to be fun next week when everything kind of just explodes and kind of resets at the same time.
I know it. Monday's a great day to draft because ADPs haven't caught up to the NFL draft. But I'm going to be in Vegas, and I don't think I can do FFPC or underdog in Vegas.
Oh, that's right.
So
I don't think you can.
right.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to miss it. That's a great day to draft.
I've got a few rookie drafts that start Monday, but I'll probably be jumping into some best balls as well. It's kind of like January, right? It's like drafting in January. Like the ADP hasn't set yet. You can kind of get ahead of it. Oh, look at that. We have a new 101. They must have been listening.
Oh, yeah.
Dijon goes one off the board. Chase in second, not far behind him. Should get a window open with my ownership because I don't even know for this specific tournament. Okay, I gotta mute the phone. There we go. What am I at? 50 seconds. That's what I like about these scheduled ones is you got a lot more time to make your picks.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Do we have any of this guy? We don't. Oh, wow. I don't have any of either of these guys. I'm always in the back end of these drafts. So let's see. I'm gonna go Bowers. Started off dirty. Started off with a tight end, little tight end action. I don't have any Bowers, man, because he usually goes before me, or I'm usually at the back end. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
you got to
There's
come get him.
Steelman. He likes Bowers. So Bijan, Chase, Barkley, Jefferson, Bowers, and then you got Gibbs and Gianti in the 7 spot. I was thinking Gibbs.
Yeah, at this point, you're just trying to balance.
Hey?
At this point, you're just trying to balance exposures and try and get a little unique, right?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That tournament, I believe, is now filled out. Where are we here? %99.1% full. So I'm guessing tomorrow there's one draft at 4 p.m. It's got four spots left. Interesting. Rob thinks, what do you think about this? Lions drafting a running back just with Demont getting her last year. You think that's, I haven't heard that, to be honest. You think that's a possibility?
I don't think they spend a lot of capital if they do. I like Demont. I'm high on him this year.
So Detroit has the 28th, the 60th, 102, 130, 196, and 228. So they're pretty much in every round except for the 5th. And they have 2 in the 7th.
I don't know what Demont's contract looks like.
So Rob says pretty sure it is Demont's last year under contract. So I can pull that up. I'll let you pick. Let me go. I've got that open right here. Let's see. David Montgomery. Let's see where he's at. So, oh yeah, he's signed, man. He's got till he's a UFA, I believe, in 2028.
Yeah, it feels like he hasn't been there that long.
Potential out in 2025, 1 year, 8 million, 12 million dead cap. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Aaron. I got my Portuguese beer here, my Super Bock. Heading out to the islands in May. End of May into June. Going to hit São Miguel and Madeira, which is basically like literally in the middle of the ocean. You're supposed to be like the Hawaii of Europe, so it should be fun. Cheers to you too, Rob. I don't know what you're drinking.
Yeah, CD fell to me.
Who is that?
CD fell.
He did. And that's what I was saying. Like, I kind of considering him, I think because of last year, right? People are still thinking, like, Dak wasn't there last year. He was injured. You got to think he comes back this year. Kyron Williams. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that. All right, this is going to be a fun draft.
That's how my other drafts were today, too. People are getting their guys. They're kind of getting unique.
I like it. I like it.
Like, I don't have any CD McBride teams. And there's only 5 of them in the tournament, apparently.
All right, I am going to go... I'm going to go... What do I have? I have... I want to go McConkey, but I have no London. That's like it's one of those, you know. It's like I like McConkey. I'm gonna go McConkey because I believe that's divisional, right? Am I off with that with Vegas?
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So
Oh,
let's go. Let's go a little divisional start.
setting up that week 17.
Yeah, week 17, baby. You got to start thinking week 17.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Snowman. We'll check you on the flip side, brother. We'll talk tomorrow, man. So you've got CD and McBride. That's a pretty sweet start. CD Lamb in the 10 spot is just easy money.
Yeah, it makes it easy to get unique.
So nothing. I mean, other than the Kyron at what is that 2-6, Lamb falling to you at 10. Does the McCaffrey news change anything for you, Aaron? Like, were you? I think you were drafting him before.
No, I was off him. I was waiting because
Okay.
I know I'm gonna draft a lot of post draft best ball and later tournaments. I mean, I figure I'll just catch up in ownership in those, so I'm not as concerned about missing on them. But I mean, these last after the news, I did draft a few.
Yeah. No, I'm the same, man. I've been off of him. Harry Snowman thinks 11 has a nice start too with St. Brown and Thomas. I mean, it's hard to
Oh
not have
yeah,
a nice start in the first two, but that's a pretty nice duo right there.
I'm kind of curious to see what Seven's plan is.
Yeah, the Gianti Williams. That's interesting because when I look at the Mojo Fantasy Mojo, Best Ball on Call says he has 18% CMC on Underdog. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. He's loving the news today.
Yeah.
So Kyron Williams goes like 305 usually. In the last 7 days, that's his ADP.
Yeah, I've been thinking I have a lot of Kyron. I've been thinking he's a value all pre-draft.
I agree. I don't know that I would take him there.
Yeah. I wonder if it's unique. I'll check after my picks. I'm kind of curious if there's any Genty Williams. Or
Yeah,
no, this can't be because
that's actually interesting. I usually have my stack finder open, but tonight too much going on to do that.
but sometimes Williams falls to the end of the third round, so it can't be. I don't think it could be unique. Maybe it could be a unique pairing with whoever gets in the third.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Higgins here. Keep the powerhouse aerial offenses going.
I like it.
So you're going to Vegas. When are you going to be there? You're going to be there for the draft? Oh, you're coming up on the clock. You can answer me after. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? CD Lamb, Trey
Sorry,
McBride start.
I'm checking Stack Hunter. Not Stack Hunter, Mojo, Fantasy Mojo.
Yeah, if you draft any kind of best ball, make sure you check out fantasymojo.com. All the ADPs, all the draft boards from all the FFPC leagues, tournaments. There you go. Where are you on
Not something
Tyreek
I would
Hill?
normally. I drafted too much of him early in the off season, early January, February. So I've been off him just because I'm trying to balance.
Same. Agreed. I'm pretty much similar. And the
I
news
don't
just
think
keeps
that's
getting
somebody I
worse.
don't. Yeah, I don't think that's somebody you really want to be over on. I mean, well, you could, but it's
That's a problem. That's a problem,
yeah.
So where are you with
Yeah,
like T Higgins and JSN there? I usually have JSN ahead, but
I
do you have a big difference between the two?
I was actually off both of them earlier in the like January, February, March. I'm still a little off JSN. I'm trying to sprinkle them in just because I don't want to miss out on them. But I've been going hard on Higgins lately. Um,
Okay.
as we close out the pre-draft
Same.
season. I don't know. I just feel like if I miss on JSN, I don't think he's gonna kill me. Like I don't think he's gonna have a season where you have to have JSN.
Yeah. I mean, he should be a target monster in that offense,
Yeah.
but I think you're probably right that he's probably not. I mean, any of
I
these,
think I
you look
just
at any of these guys, right? Like G. Wilson, Mike Evans, they're all kind of similar. Like Garrett Wilson could go both ways, right? With Fields coming, he can rekindle
yeah.
that relationship with him, or it could be a rough, like really rough start with those two. We don't really know, right?
I'm not a Darnold believer, so that helps me stay off him.
Okay. Yeah, especially best ball with the stacking. I mean, that's kind of what you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
So Aaron's got a rainbow start so far with Lamb, McBride, and Allen. I've got Bowers, McConkey, Higgins. Seven spots got Gianti, Kyron Williams, and Omarion Hampton. That's a very interesting start. I feel like you're
So what do you?
drafting three running backs at their ceiling.
I feel like in every draft I do on these 125s, there's at least one person that's doing that like five running back to start. At
Yeah,
least one person.
and they usually include Gianti and Hampton.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I guess if you're gonna do it, you probably want the Kamara types, the guys that can swing for the fences in any given week, right? I don't know. Maybe Mixon. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't. I usually I try and dabble in all the different builds, but I haven't really latched onto that one where they're going five running backs to start and then balancing it after that.
I haven't either. I have not done that either.
But there are some experienced drafters that are doing it.
Agreed. But do you think that's recency bias just with last year running backs? You know?
I think so, but everybody's always trying to crack the code, right? Crack the best ball code. I think you really, I like to be balanced. I like to mix it up. I don't want to go too hard into any build.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy I got my worthy in the fourth round, man. If I get worthy in the fourth round, I'm happy.
Oh, nice. Looks like we're both going zero RB.
This, I don't know. For me, it's those are always my favorite builds. If I go heavy receiver early, get myself a nice little stud tight end, I'm usually pretty happy with that start. It's funny. Last year I got
Today,
burned with the stud tight ends, other than McBride.
oh yeah,
But I don't know. I feel like there's three guys that make a pretty big difference. Those top three guys, I consider Kittle in that top tier. His efficiency, I mean, fantasy points per game, he's right there with Bowers and McBride with like way less targets. You got to think with Debo gone, he gets those he gets that little bump in those targets. See if they
I
resign
love
Purdy.
Kittle.
I imagine they do.
Kittle I mean, the spike weeks Kittle gives you, and he does it every year. Like last year he did it. The year before that he did. I mean, like I don't know how understand how people are off Kittle. In best
Especially
ball, I
best
love him.
ball, because he'll
Yeah,
have like he'll go through like he's kind of it's a word I'm looking for, not spiky, but he's like he's streaky. Because I
hmm
remember one year like he just going in the playoffs he was a beast, but he had a bit of a streak there where he wasn't necessarily pumping out points. But for best ball, he's awesome.
yeah, it turns people off. But I mean, he's not the only tight end on your roster in best ball. I mean,
Exactly.
as long as you have a couple guys
Exactly.
to balance him out, you still scored more than most of the teams in the league.
Yeah, I mean you're not looking to smash a home run every pick, in these
Yeah.
best ball builds. So
So I like Bowers and McBride, but I'm always leery of the tight ends that make that big jump. Like I like them both. I'm drafting both of them, but I'm not over on either one of them. All the one tight ends that
yeah,
make the big jump, like in the past, like Kelsey was consistently at the top, Andrews was consistently at the top, Kittle's still been consistently at the top. I think I would rather bet, and Kittle's the one standing right now. I don't mind Kelsey either, or Andrews actually, but being where they are.
Dan and I took Kelsey in a dispersal startup today, but it's start two tight end.
Yeah.
So it's a
Okay.
dispersal. So it's like we had Fryermuth, and then we're like, I forget what round it is that we were in, but I'm like, you know what? Even if he gives us 85% of Kelsey for one season, it's worth this pick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we got two heavy running back teams. Three run heavy running back teams.
Yeah, nice. All right, what are we looking at here? This is round 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled up John.
I am actually gonna keep the divisional stack going. Let's go, Cortland Sutton.
Week week
Smash it.
17.
Let's go. Week 17 action. I'm gonna hit somewhere with these guys. You know what I mean? I got 4 out of 5.
I did a build the other day, and I took Williams, DJ Moore. Like I was taking one from every team. Jefferson was on the team, and I saw Reed sitting there. I'm like, oh, I gotta finish it up. I gotta finish it
Yeah,
up, and I'm
I've
not
got one of
high.
those going right now. I've got a slow draft with that exact division. And they kind of fall nicely too as you go through.
Yeah,
So far from the 5 spot, we've got Brock Bowers, Lad McConkey, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, and Cortland Sutton. Aaron's got CeeDee Lamb, Trey McBride, Josh Allen, DJ Moore. We've got a very robust RB in the 7 spot with Genty, Williams, Hampton, Walker. See where he goes. If he's still going to be going green. And then the 1 spot's got Bijan, Hall, Kittle. Oh yeah, he's going Joe Mixon. There we go. He's going hard. And then Kittle,
yeah.
Kamara, and Hubbard. He's got his foot on the pedal, man. He's not letting go.
I feel like I missed an article or something like that that had you know what I mean?
Leone must have dropped an article or a video or something
Yeah,
that we missed. Yeah,
Silva or something.
yeah, yeah. See if 9 spot keeps the yellow going, the yellow flowing. Demont.
Oh,
Streak is done.
wow. Usually I'd want to try and keep soaking up receivers, but I love Henderson.
Yeah, it's a nice upside play. 5th round. I thought about it. Can't wait till tomorrow night, man. I can't wait to see what Ruck. I hope it's just like. I hope it's a shit fest, to be honest. Like, I hope it's just
Yeah.
completely away from, everyone thinks they got it figured out at this point. But I feel like I think it could be a very, very fun draft.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's going to be a lot of trades.
Just because a lot of teams are making statements that it's like, why would you even bother making that statement? Like, I feel like it's just smoke at this point. I could be wrong, and it could be, but I think I'm mostly hoping that it's going to be a messy draft.
So I'm with you. I'm not going to get this. I'm going to see the end of it because I'm flying out tomorrow. So
So you fly out tomorrow you get there. It'll be Friday, or no? So you'll get there and you'll catch the end of the first. You mean?
yeah, I won't see the first. I think couple hours probably.
Okay.
How many hours is the first day? It's not that long. I don't remember what it is. Hmm. So usually I'm not this active on. I mean, I check Fantasy Mojo, the stacks, but usually I'm not this active. It's just because it's the end of the draft window. It's really important to know the combos.
You're not usually what? Sorry.
I'm usually not this active. I like using Fantasy Mojo as much as I am right now, but because it's the end of the draft, uh, the tournament, um, this is when I want to check it most.
Are you doing the stack finder or using just the ADP?
Yeah, no stack finder
Yeah. See, I haven't even looked at it. I probably should. I've got it open.
because the end of the tournament. I mean, you get unique right now, and your team's really unique because you know,
Yes, it's actually very valid.
like normally I wouldn't have taken Josh Allen there. That was because it's unique.
Where are we
McBride
here?
Allen.
45. Take your time. Take your time, Mr. Pat Fry. Who am I missing here? All right. So far, we are pretty unique, which is nice. All right. So
Naturally.
let's see if I add this guy. So if you don't know what we're talking about, if you go to Fantasy Mojo, there's a stack finder, and you can pick these big tournaments from the FFPC and just see how unique your team is. So I'm going to smash Mr. Travis Kelce. We talked about it. keep the divisional stack going, make it nice and unique. So where are you hoping Trevion Henderson lands?
Oh, Denver.
It's funny. I was literally just gonna say I keep hearing Denver as like the ideal spot.
Did you see I don't know if it's just rumors. Did you see people talking about Jacksonville possibly trading up, or I mean, not trading back, and Denver coming up and getting Genty?
No, I didn't see. I didn't hear that. I heard that Jacksonville was talking about Genty, but I think that's smoke.
Yeah, well,
I think they're doing that to get someone to trade with them.
Yeah, there's so much smoke, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denver would be great. There's so many good spots, though.
Agreed.
I mean, the Bears could trade back. I mean, if they wanted Genty and Genty doesn't fall to them, they get Hampton or Henderson.
Because the other thing I keep hearing about is just how important drafting offensive linemen is early in these drafts, because they're not guys you can necessarily get in free agency. And when you get them young, maybe it'll take a year or two for them to really fill up, because these guys are still kids, right? And then they fill up and they really become crucial for your team. So it's going to be interesting to see some of these teams that have, like, you know, the Caleb's at quarterback, or guys that they want to protect back there. But at the same time, you've got these, you know, these key pieces in offenses that. So it's going to be interesting to see, especially with Ben Johnson over there in Chicago. He's got to make his mark in his first draft.
And Ryan Poles he was an offensive lineman, so he likes to try and develop those offensive linemen. He hasn't done great at it so far, though.
All right, where am I going here? Where's my mojo? Let's see what where some of these guys are going. What are we in the 7th round?
Running back run.
Ah, man. Couple ways I could go here. All right, I'm gonna go Pollard. I like Pollard for like a rate bound, 0 RB type of build.
Mm-hmm. I was looking back at his numbers last year. I thought I remember him being a little more spiky. He wasn't that spiky last year.
Pollard?
It was more spike leak wise, you know.
Pull up his stats right now.
I mean, it doesn't mean he can't with a new quarterback. You know what I mean? But just some reason I thought he was a little bit more last year.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, I mean, you got to remember the quarterback play was horrible last year.
Yeah.
Rudolph. But I see what you're saying. He only gave you a couple RB1, 18, 21 points. Gave you some. I mean, he was 56% of the time he was RB2 or better. I mean, I could have gone.
No, I mean, he was a spike league player 2 years ago. So I mean, if Cam Ward comes in, the offense has to improve, right? It can't get worse.
I think it does. I think Cam in Tennessee will be legit, and I believe he'll help the pieces around him. Let me just see. Yeah, you're right. So the year prior, he gave you 7 week 1 weeks.
Oh man.
I just feel like he's probably safe with everything they need on that roster. Him and Spears should be manning the backfield, and maybe they add depth, but I don't know that they're going to spend heavy at the position. So 3 years ago, he finished RB8 fantasy points per game. And Pollard, he's been over 1,000 yards each of his last 3 seasons. And it's nice because
Yeah, he's gonna.
catches the ball. He's got 41 receptions, 55 receptions.
He's gonna produce some, and he has that upside. So he feels like a
For
nice.
best ball, I love it. Usually,
Yeah, feels like a nice.
He's a guy I like getting. Like I said, if I haven't touched the running back till the 7th round, if he's there, it's either him or I'll take like a Caleb Johnson or a Judkins. But they're both gone. And Tyrone Tracy just scares me this year. I don't know about you. I don't know where you're at with Tracy.
Yeah, me too. I got him in a dynasty, and I can't get anything for him either.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers is one of those guys that just outperforms ADP every year. He's not sexy, but I love taking him.
Yeah, right. It's kind of one of those things. Like if you're at a point in the draft where you don't see somebody you love, like I have a stack there, but I don't love the player. He's just a nice player to click. You know he's going to contribute. I like Geno too.
I thought about him with my my AFC with the divisional stack.
Oh yeah. Oh, I sniped your divisional thing you got going on over there.
I had to get running back in there eventually, so it gets pretty ugly eventually. Actually, running back's pretty deep, and you can really smash the position pretty often. So.
Oh. Man, I do not take a lot of this guy, but I kind of feel like I should.
Let's look at some of these ADPs. So we are in the 8th round.
How do you? Yeah, I'm going to pass on him.
Why?
Maybe not. Crap.
You're up.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, I thought you were.
Sorry. No, there's a guy I feel like I should have taken there, but I'm just not on him this year.
Who's that?
I'll tell you when he gets drafted.
If he's not taken, you don't have to say it. I just keep it for after.
See, when I'm listening to your stream and I'm taking too long on my picks, it's not because I'm trying to listen to you or trying to hear who you would take. It's because I'm agonizing over my pick.
Trust me, I'm in the same boat, and it makes for bad TV. You know what I mean? All right, let me add Pollard to my stack finder here. We're on the clock with 50. I think I know where I'm going, and it might be a little early for him, but where are we here? So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely unique right now. I'm gonna take Herbert, stack McConkey. He usually goes like round 10, but there's only Caleb ahead of him at this point. So quarterbacks seem to be going a little earlier. Not that I'm worried about it, but I like stacking one of my top 2 or 3 guys if I can.
Warren was the guy I was talking about. I haven't been taking him at all. I don't think there's any chance they don't
I
draft a
was
running
taking
back.
him
And I
early
think,
in the offseason, and then I kind of slowed down just because, I mean, who knows, right? I was saying he could be this year's Chuba.
yeah, I don't know. I just think there's no chance they're not going to draft a running back, an impact running back.
I feel like if they do, it's kind of to replace Harris, and they find someone that complements him, you know? So he probably still has at the floor the role he had last year, even though I know he dealt with injuries last year, but
if that's the most likely outcome, you're taking him in the 8th round. I mean, that's
yeah.
for a
No, I
PPR
agree.
back, you know.
If he was there, he'd probably be my RB2 right now.
I mean, I say that, but I took Ramondre, who could very well be replaced too, or have share a backfield.
Yeah, I'm guilty of taking probably a bit too much Ramondre. I just like Ramondre.
Yeah, me too.
That team needs so much. I just feel like I don't know that they're going to spend that much on a running back this year. They got to spend on offensive line. Get him some weapons, some receivers.
Have you been taking Hunter? He just went.
So Travis
Have you been taking him at all?
Hunter, I sprinkle him in here and there. Like I took him. I'm trying to think what build it was. If it's a, where did we take him? We took him in the 10th round of the never too early super flex.
Okay.
He's like my wide receiver. He's our wide receiver 5 in that build. So we had a bit of a Cleveland type of stack going with Njoku, and I just figured if he does go to Cleveland, I've heard like the most common sense kind of application I hear for Hunter is that he plays defensively cornerback on like 3rd downs, you know, end of the game, important kind of situations. But then he's also playing, like, how is he not playing as a receiver? I just don't see a situation where he's not playing as a receiver.
Yeah, he could play nickel or something, where he's not on the field all the time. What about Dig? Oh, sorry, you're up. I'll wait till you're done.
Yeah, no problem. Let me just see where I'm at here, where some of these guys are going. 10th round, what are we in, the 9th? All right, let's lean into that Tennessee. Let's get Ridley in here. Not a bad wide receiver.
I was wondering why he's there. Why is he below Ayuk?
Ridley?
Yeah.
I'm surprised too. Let me just see where he's the only guy I didn't actually check his ADP, but I feel like he goes. Oh wow, he goes in the 8th round.
That's crazy, man. I had him at the top of my queue.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that pick. He looked at a place there.
Yeah.
And I had Pollard,
I was
so
with
I figured,
you.
You know what, I'll lean into it.
Maybe there was a recent adjustment or something. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't go that late usually.
He usually goes earlier, I feel like, but let's see. Let's do a quick. No, I don't see anything too.
No? Maybe it's on the other sites that he goes. Maybe it's on over on Drafters and Underdog that he goes earlier. I mean, this is a PPR site, so I mean, why would he? He should not be there. Yeah.
I usually like tight ends or like these vet older receivers when a rookie's coming in because they usually kind of lean
Mhm.
in. We saw Caleb last year even with Keenan Allen. Leaned on him in a few games, more than I thought he would, to be honest. We saw it in Carolina with Steve Smith and oh wow, total blankage. Who's a quarterback that was out there way back in the day with the
In
crazy hats?
Carolina,
With the crazy hats,
crazy.
took him to the playoffs.
What
Panthers.
the heck was his name?
Wow. I see his face and
Collins?
I'm like totally blanking
No.
for some reason. Anyways, people know what I'm
Oh,
talking about. They're probably yelling at the, they'll be listening to this
yeah,
later.
right.
Oh, you took one of my favorite guys in this year's class, man, Loveland. I'm a big Loveland fan.
uh,
He's my tight end one.
I like. Is he?
If it wasn't for the
I like him.
injury situation, the health concern with the shoulder, I think that he, like, I would for sure have him as my one. But I think that that probably gives Tyler Warren a chance to go ahead of him. I just feel like
Yeah, I
Loveland,
like him too.
yeah, he's just more complete, in my opinion. That 7 spot's got a definite, like, that's an interesting build, man. 5 running backs, Tyler Warren and Joku Kraft, and then Golden.
There's one in every draft, man. It's crazy. At least one in
Definitely
every
unique.
draft, you
It's
know?
got to be unique. Nice. That's a guy I was considering, Igbuka. If
I
Ridley
don't know
wasn't
that I
there,
like
that's probably
having.
where I was going.
I don't know that I like having 3 rookies this early in the draft, but I mean they're all guys I like. So
Yeah, there's guys sitting there, and I'm like, is there a reason they're sitting there? Like, if people, is there news I don't know about?
yeah, yeah. Doing a quick search. Yeah, if anybody doesn't have Fantasy Mojo and you're drafting FFPC, you're missing out. Like it's telling me like right now I have what do I have? There's only it's a unique count. Only 4 of my players are stacked on a single team on any
Yeah,
other
I'm
team in the
I'm I'm
tournament.
similar.
Yeah,
I've got I've got 2 teams with 5, and I might be one of them. No, I've got 2 teams with 5 out of my 9 or whatever. Or what are we
I
at?
feel like that's
Yeah, we're
just
in the,
such a big edge, you know.
where's this guy going? 11th? No, this is 10. I might still take him though. All right. Let's take Dylan Sampson a little ahead of ADP here.
Kind of feel like when you're doing zero RB, you got to pull up your upside running backs because you can't take
Totally.
a
I'm
chance on
looking at the
missing your
guy
favorites,
sitting
you know.
there, and it's like, nah.
Man, Likely's a guy I've been trying to catch up on. I didn't have enough of him early, and now I'm trying to catch up on him because I don't want to miss out if Andrews
Do you
gets
think they
traded. You
move?
know,
Do you think they move Andrews?
I don't necessarily think they will, but I don't want to miss out if they do. I don't think they're going to,
Yeah,
but that would be a big miss. I feel like in
I have
tight
quite
end
a bit of
premium.
Likely. He's one of my favorite gets later.
So how many dynasty leagues are you in?
So I have 4 on sleep. I've really cut them down, man, and I'm trying to not expand and add on to them. So I've got 4 on sleeper.
So,
We managed to move all our MFL teams onto sleeper, and then I've got 3 that I split with Dan on FFPC. They're like 500 buy-ins, and then I've got a couple teams that I manage myself, and I'm like, I don't want more than that.
it's a lot, man, and multiple platforms.
That's the thing, right? And at least I've got it on 2 now. But as much as I get the itch, I'm just keeping it. I'm just managing the teams I have right now. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm down to 5 now. I cut it back from, I think it was 10 last year. So I cut it back, or no. 2 years ago I was 10. So I've
Yeah,
been
2
trying. I
years
hate
ago
cutting it
it was
back.
out
I
of
feel
hand.
bad, but
Yeah,
it's just
too
too
much,
much.
man. It's too much because then you it's like times of the year you have to be trading, and I would just not like I couldn't get to all my teams, or I just you kind of run out of steam.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'm
guy
with you.
sitting in the queue right now that I just have way too much of, but if he comes back to me, I'm gonna have to take him again.
Are you taking Diggs at all?
Who?
Diggs, Stefan Diggs.
I have in some builds.
I know Shiva is really high in him. And I feel like he's gonna get like a hype. I think he's gonna get hyped up once camp starts. Um,
I think his ADP will go up once, especially when people say that the camp stuff with him in May. I mean, especially like even if they bring in a receiver, you got to think he's going to lean on Diggs, quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean Diggs was always vocal, like he always wanted the ball. So like I can't see, even if they bring in a rookie, he's still going to be the focus to start at least.
Oh man, what just happened? Hold on. Hold up. There we go. Are we back? There we go.
I don't see the. There you are.
There we go. Wow, that scared the bejeezers out of me. Am I on the clock? No, I'm not on the clock yet. Okay, wow. I don't know what I pressed there, but
Almost.
something just went haywire. All right. I was going to go look something up. Eleventh round, man. Yeah, Jordan Mason is who I was talking about earlier, who probably one of my most owned players. But I feel like I got to take B-Rob here. I mean, I know he's not, people are thinking they're going to bring in a running back and all that kind of stuff, but he's in a high-powered offense. Right now he's the RB1, and he keeps falling to me, so I got to take him in this build for sure.
Yeah, B-Rob going there makes me feel bad about taking Ramondre where I did.
It's like that group of guys, like where you think they're going to get replaced, but realistically, they're still going to be part of that offense. I don't think he's going to completely get voided. You know what I mean? I mean, he might. Maybe they go crazy, and he does, but in round 11... So after 11 from the 5 spot, we got Brock Bowers, Lad McConkey, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Cortland Sutton, Travis Kelce, Tony Pollard, Justin Herbert for the McConkey stack, Calvin Ridley with the Pollard, Dylan Sampson for some rookie upside, and then B-Rob just staring me in the face from the queue in the 11th round. Got to take it at that point. And you did the same thing with Swift. I mean, those two guys were just kind of sitting there.
No, I just got to hope Henderson doesn't fall on New England or Chicago.
Yes.
That'd be really bad. I'm high on Swift. I mean, I know they're going to draft a run. They're going to draft a running back. Just if they don't draft Genty though, or they don't get one in the first round, I think Swift has a role either way. I mean, he's going to be the PPR back at the very least. And we're talking 11th, 12th round. Their offensive lines improve, like greatly improve. Their offense should be better.
And that's the thing, right? If they just hammer offensive, or they don't necessarily go heavy, I mean, on running back, Swift is going to be like, just shoot up, you know what I mean? And he's serious value in the 11th round. Okay.
Yeah, I love these 125s, man. They just don't fit. I only live draft. I don't slow draft. They just don't fill fast enough. I mean, they picked up at the end there, but I couldn't fill, or I couldn't draft more because they just don't fill. You know?
These are my favorite
earlier
drafts.
in the offseason.
These are my favorite drafts, especially this specific one, the never too early. It's just so much fun, man. Because you kind of you got to figure in your head like who's got a possibility of moving up the draft board, who's got a possibility of moving down, and kind of figure that out, you know, as you're building these rosters. Whereas
I kind of feel like
the next one, we're all going to know. I mean, once the draft is done, yeah, it'll take a while for it to settle, but eventually that ADP settles, you know?
Yeah. I feel I probably should not think this way if I'm trying to be as efficient as possible, but I don't really like drafting in August. It's just because it's boring. Like the ADPs are all set.
See, I agree with you. But last year I had my best drafts, like my teams that went the farthest, except for I had one never too early Superflex team that final tabled. But most of my FFPC builds that I did close to the season, I did really well with. So that's why I kind of changed my tune, and I'm keeping a bunch of credits for that, like, you know, back end of August. All right, let's see where we're at here.
I love the craziness of the end of the tournament, like the beginning of September. I love it when it gets wild like that and people start going, like getting their guys and getting unique, you know.
I'm going to take this guy. He fits with that Tennessee Week 17 right here. Brenton Strange. Nice little tight end 3 action.
Yeah, that Team 7 is doing that same build that I see that everybody, like that's always one of them in the draft.
It's the color, the connect the colors type of build. Let's do the greens first, the purples next. The fact that he's got one receiver and he took 3 quarterbacks just blows my mind. And I mean, it's not like the quarterbacks are, I don't know what's going on with that build.
I mean, there are a couple PPR receivers that go way too late, like guys that are going to catch a lot and stuff like that. I think you have, when you build like that, you have to focus on those guys, you know? I can't do it. I can't do that.
I can't do it. I can't do it either.
I mean, like, taking Warren, like, I like Warren, but if you're going to take in Joku and Kraft, like, I'm not trying to dog on the team. He's probably doing it for a reason. It might be smart. I don't know. But the guy, we're taking Warren there, and so you just taking a Mason, or not, sorry, I shouldn't say names, but a rookie tight end later that's probably going to go in the first or second round. You could have got another receiver there, you know?
That's exactly it. And do you really need those 3 quarterbacks from 10 to 12?
Yeah. Like, what's Tua add? He's not stacked.
He's not. That's the thing. He's not stacked. You could go with Purdy and Prescott with that build.
Even if it was for a stack, I occasionally will do it, but like I don't like taking 3 quarterbacks right there in the middle of the draft just because I feel like it's wasting a valuable pick instead of throwing a dart on a quarterback later. You know, if you're going to do 3.
Yeah. I definitely, as much as I like to switch up my builds and I like to have variety in my builds, that's just not a build that I've done or that I think I would want to do. But I mean, hey, that's the beauty of these drafts, right? Is to each their own. Everybody's got their style, their way of doing it.
I love it. I'm not trying to. I don't mean to knock it. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
Oh, I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. But you need guys like that in your draft room. You know, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you haven't done so yet, you're still watching, drop a smash of the like button. That's always appreciated. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do 2 to 3 at least live drafts. I'm going to get some guests in here, get some shows rolling other than these live drafts, but that's the core of it this time of year.
Appreciate you having me on, man. I've watched your. Before Theo, I know I've watched you guys. I don't remember how far back I watched you, but I've always enjoyed the Go District, and I was sad to see when it left. So,
yeah, man. No, it's appreciate you jumping on. Love having you on. Respect you as a gamer, as a drafter. All right. Do I want to take this guy or do I want to push it one more? I don't think I could push. Let's see. 13. What am I in? 13. No, I got to make my decision here. All right. I'm going to go Geno. Stack him with Bowers. So I got my top 2 guys stacked. Makes me happy. Yeah, I respect guys that put in the volume and that are in the draft rooms. And, you know, you're definitely one of those guys. So to me, that means a lot more than someone who's putting, you know, the hours into content creating. I respect, obviously, content creation. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, if you're not drafting, I don't know how much, you know, for me personally, I don't know how much I'm going to necessarily follow what you're saying, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, especially when it's, well, yeah, especially when it's big takes and stuff like that. Like, you know,
yeah.
You know, kind of, you know, farming for likes and whatnot.
So we've got 13 rounds in. We've got 2 quarterbacks, Herbert and Geno, 3 tight ends, Bowers, Kelsey, Strange. So pretty good at those positions. Unless something crazy falls to us, I'm pretty good with that. We've got 5 receivers in McConkey, Higgins, Worthy, Sutton, and Ridley. And then we've got our 3 running backs. But we've got enough rounds and enough depth at that position to just smash green the rest of the way. Aaron's got Allen and Love. Nice little duo. McBride and Loveland. Lamb, DJ Moore, Flowers, Mayers, Egbuka. And then Trevion, Ramondre, DeAndre, and Bayshul Tootin. Where do you think? Where would you like to see him land, Tootin?
Man, there's so many good spots. I don't know. It's those guys that are going. I think he's going to go like 3rd round or somewhere around there. 2nd, 3rd round, end of 2nd, beginning 3rd. So like,
I heard
there's
San
so
Fran.
many.
I heard San Fran. That was an interesting one.
So what do you think about that? Are you drafting Garendo?
I was quite a bit. I just think, like, no matter what they do, there's one thing about Shanahan's offense is the running backs get hurt just because of the way they get used. But also, Garendo looked good last year. Like, he proved himself in that offense. So I don't see why you would shy away from him. Even if you bring in a guy or bring in some depth, I don't necessarily think he gets, like, replaced as the main backup behind CMC.
And they do, like, the next man up thing. Like, once somebody else comes up, they commit to him. So, like, I kind of feel like they're not likely to commit to the rookie right away.
No, I think he's earned his spot in that offense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I have too many rookies, man. I find I do this sometimes in these drafts. Not always. Sometimes I go rookie list, but
yeah, I go a little rookie nuts sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Especially in zero RB builds.
Yes. Well, you're trying to make up with the upside, you know what I mean? And then you just get a little trigger happy with the rookies.
I watched the RotoViz guys. They do that. Like, they'll go heavy rookie running backs. I don't know that I'm comfortable going all rookie running backs. You know.
Ooh, this is a pretty good one. All right, we got a few guys in the queue. Bateman. He was a surprise last year. I've got him on my Triflex. He did decent.
I like Bateman. I think he could be a late developer. Like, I'm not really scared off of Hopkins, and Flowers is small, deep guy. I think they could keep putting him, involving him more and more in the offense.
Check my ownership on this guy. Okay, good. Oh, actually, there's a few guys right now. All right, pretty even on all three of them. All right, which one fits the best? All right, I'll take this guy because he could be my favorite zero RB guy behind Pollard. Doesn't really fit any stacks right now. But Jerome Ford, I mean, there's literally no one in that backfield. Even if they bring in someone, you got to think he's going to have a role. So because I waited so late and I've only got 3, there's other guys I like in this range. I'm hoping at least one of them makes it back to me on the other end, but I feel like he plugs in a nice little hole there with this build.
Yeah, I like him in zero RBs. I've been trying to sprinkle in more. I didn't have a lot of them to start just because I felt that they're gonna, I'd like Dobbins or somebody. I thought they'd pick up somebody, you know, because I thought maybe Chubb would retire. But who is it? I think is it Chesley-M? Chesley-M was really high. He's really high on, maybe not really high, but he has a lot of Ford. He takes him a lot. So
yeah,
I'm trying to get a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of rookies in this range that are nice, but with only 3 running backs in round 14, I got to get someone that's at least locked into some role to start the season, especially.
Yeah, because there's a lot of running back darts you can take late, right? Like there's a lot of rookies you can take late, so you got to get a few stable pieces so you can throw all those darts.
That's exactly it.
There's a lot
and that's exactly it. And I think I've got that right now. 3 out of the 4 guys that I've gotten, Pollard, Robinson, and Ford.
Oh, yeah.
What are we at here on the clock? Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let me see where I want to go here. All right. I like this guy, DJ Giddens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Me too.
He kind of reminds me of DeMarco Murray, the way he runs.
Oh, standing upright? Yeah,
Yeah.
he does stand up pretty upright.
He does. I know
A
people
lot
are
of-
worried
a lot
about
of
his
guys
pass
are-
catching.
Yeah.
What was that?
There's a lot of people high on him. I was high on him early, and I had a ton early. I kind of laid off a little bit just because I wasn't on Harvey at all, so I'm trying to balance that out. Because I like Harvey too.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. The rookies in this range are nice, man.
Damian Martinez too. He was really cheap for a long time.
Yep, I just took him today in a draft.
Oh man, you're gonna make me take Dowdle.
That's the other guy. If it was either Ford or Dowdle and then a rookie. That's kind of what I was thinking. I literally had him in my queue.
He fits my build. I gotta. I don't like him.
I didn't, and then I started kind of looking into it, and he's kind of nice. Like if Carolina doesn't necessarily go heavy at running back, which they don't necessarily need to with him and Hubbard,
Yeah.
I think Hubbard's got it locked in, but I think he's a pretty solid RB2 in that offense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't think he's a special player, so I just think the upside's pretty limited. But so it's not an exciting pick. I don't think. But.
Like Dowdle last year gave you 4 RB1 weeks, 21 points, 19. So like 56% of the time he was RB2 or better.
Do you think that was situation, or do you think that was his talent?
Well, I mean, the situation in Dallas wasn't necessarily the greatest, right?
No, yeah, I guess the O-line wasn't what it used to be. You're right.
So you got to, it could be like give him a bit of credit and could be going into a better spot. Who knows what Carolina looks like this year, but if they keep ascending.
Man, I don't have any stacks. What the hell?
You're going stackless.
Oh, I'm gonna stack it up. I just don't know where yet.
So we're through 15 rounds. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. Show some support for the channel. We got live drafts coming to you all off season. If you're not already on myffpc.com, use the code DRBaller. Get you $25 off your first build. All right, we're coming up here at 16:08. Let's see what we got in the queue. This is a range where I feel like I'm always taking the same guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my ownerships are a lot of my most owned players are these guys like 15 to 20. I try and avoid it, but I mean, it's hard sometimes to find guys that aren't going to give you zeros all the time.
All right, I might actually do something I don't normally do, but I feel like it might not be the worst thing here. Is there a receiver I like? Ooh. You know what? I'm going to go Eckler. I'm going to pair him up with Robinson. I don't usually do like handcuffs but sometimes I like to pair up receivers late. In this build, with how late I waited on running back, I don't mind pairing Eckler and Robinson.
I mean, if they don't go RB, like you're sitting good, you know.
That's kind of the plan, right? And that's kind of what I told myself when I grabbed Robinson, even though it's in the 11th. So I might as well lean into that.
Yeah.
And I could have the top 2 starters, in that offense, that running back.
And a strong offense, yeah.
In a strong offense. Yeah, I wouldn't do it in a weak offense. I wouldn't go like Dowdle and Chuba or anything. But I feel like because of the firepower in that offense, I don't hate it.
I remember going Ramondre and Gibson way too much last year. In a
He's
bad
still talking
offense.
about Ramondre. It's gonna haunt him tonight. He's gonna wake up in the middle of the night and go, Ramondre.
I don't know. It's crazy how the draft could just blow up all these running backs.
What am I at now? I've got 6. That's not bad considering I didn't start till the 7th. So we got 17, 18, 19, 20. So I got 4 more picks.
So that Carolina quarterback. Are you talking about Kerry Collins or Jake Delhomme?
Did you say Carolina quarterback?
Yeah, weren't you throwing to Steve Smith earlier? Weren't
Yeah.
you talking about who was throwing to Steve Smith? Was it Jake Delhomme or Kerry Collins?
No. More recent. Took him to
Cam
the Super
Newton?
Bowl. Yeah, Delhomme won him the Super Bowl, but who took him to the Super Bowl and didn't win it?
Kerry Collins did, but that was in the 90s, right? Or did they win?
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up, man.
Cam Newton, Teddy Bridgewater.
All right, I wasn't gonna take. Let me just make sure he falls to me before I say anything. All right, I wasn't gonna take another tight end, but I gotta take Tyler Conklin here. Go with my lad Justin Herbert stack. I don't mind getting another tight end because they're gonna play in my flex spot anyways. Tight end premium.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what Team 7's plan is, I'm sure, is that their flex is going to be running back or tight end.
Christopher Davis, which one's your team, brother? He says he could have saved his time. He already drafted the winner. Maybe he means in this tournament. Do you mean in this tournament or in this specific draft? Cam Newton is who I'm talking about. Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah, Cam.
Yeah. Can't believe I blanked on that name for so long. Wow. Gotta have at least one brain fart live on air.
I was thinking you meant further back.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to go that far back, but he leaned into Steve Smith quite a bit when he first came into the league. Tourney, he's talking about the tourney. All right, we'll see. I don't know if you just joined us, Christopher, but you got to see this the 7 spot build. We'll roll it back and show you. It's very interesting. I mean, at least he's adding receivers now with Quinton, Jalen, Noel, and Coker, Robinson. I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it, right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, Taysom Hill. Are you taking any Taysom Hill?
I haven't. Super old, coming off super injury. Doesn't even have a team right now, does he?
Still
free agent, isn't he?
Did he not? Is he? Okay, yeah, I was thinking he was still in New Orleans. Okay. 2, 3, 4.
He's been here since okay, so he's seen some of it. He's been here since the 9th. All right, we got a bunch of people in the queue here. Let's see who falls to us.
See, I got Love stacked.
So Marshawn Lloyd is my most owned player on the FFPC.
Is he?
Yeah. He's free money. Like he's literally like I don't know that they're necessarily looking to replace him. Like he was injured all of last season. Jacobs coming off of like there's free money in every draft. Agreed. All right, I'm gonna add. What am I at here? 2, 4. This might be the ugliest pick of the draft, but I might have to do it. And I have 0 shares of this guy, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if I could do it. Oh, man.
You having second thoughts?
So ugly. Hey?
You're having second thoughts, huh?
It's just so ugly. Where is he? Let's see where these guys are going. This guy goes 19th next round. All right, I'm gonna go here first. Go Jaden Blue.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, and I keep missing on him, so that's why I wanted to make sure I get him. And then my ugly pick will probably fall to me in the next round anyways, so.
Yeah, there's like a handful of those running backs that I like a lot.
There's in the last, you know how many times in the 20th round I'm deciding between like 4 or 5 running backs, and I'm like, I don't know who to take because there's so many I like rookies out of the rookies.
I started adjusting my builds a little bit to get a little more get balanced a little bit sooner, so I can throw that last running back dart or 2 running back darts at the end.
Yes.
There's so many good ones.
That's why it's going to be interesting in this draft to see how it all plays out with these running backs.
3 of them just went in a row.
Yeah, exactly. I really like Mason Taylor too. Big fan of Mason Taylor.
Yeah, me too.
Him and Loveland are probably my 2 favorite tight ends in this class. Oh, Mike Williams goes off the board. That was my ugly pick, just for the Chargers stack.
Yeah. I mean, he goes every draft now. I don't think I've clicked him once. Maybe one time in all these drafts.
I'm the same.
That's just not an offense I want a part of either. Like, it's just, I don't know, not one I want to roll the dice.
He's ugly, man. He's ugly. Ooh, this is a nice one, actually. All right.
Oh, that was nice. Ayo, man, those are.
I don't know what keeps happening. I don't know if I'm pressing something. There we go. I don't know if I'm pressing something or if my laptop's just freaking out or what's going on, but that is very weird. All right. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me look at my ownership really quick. That'll help me decide. Oh yeah, okay. Let's go with Torrey Horton here. Add another receiver.
Oh yeah. I have too much of him.
I have too much of the other guy I was deciding on. I'll let you know when he's off the board. Jarquez Hunter's another guy I draft usually in this round.
Me too. They all went, man. I was saying
like the more I think about it, the more I wish I had weighted more on running backs in a lot of my builds and just smashed like the guys that I usually draft in the last 2 or 3 rounds from like 13 down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, usually those guys, you can get at least one of them like in the last round or two, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah. A couple of them don't even get drafted
All right.
sometimes.
All right, got to readjust here.
Were you waiting for Arroyo?
I had him in my queue. I also wanted one of those running backs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be good holding with 2. It's tough with a rookie, but I mean, if I took McBride that early, I'm betting he's going to be good. I think I need another running back. A contributor.
Yeah, that's what sucks sometimes. It's like I want to take more running backs, but I should probably take another receiver.
I get in this spot where, like, I could take a tight end with a rookie, but they're all basically dart. There's dart throws I like, but they're all basically dart throws, right? I kind of feel like there's a receiver there that I know is going to contribute. I'm going to the receiver. Or I feel like he's going to contribute.
There you go, Terrence Ferguson, Darius Slayton. That's who I had queued up for my receiver, my last receiver.
When he's there that late, man, I like him. I mean, Russ is gonna.
He's like a safety blanket in this range. If I need a receiver, I'm usually going there.
He's boring.
I gotta find someone else now.
You can hope for a high touchdown season, maybe, or like 6 touchdowns. You know.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
But I had 2 rookie receivers. I wanted to balance it out a little bit.
All right. I think I know where I'm going here. Let's go with the Vegas stack. Trey Tucker to finish it off.
Oh, there you go. Do you like Geno? I like Geno. I think he's going to be good over there.
I think Vegas will be good, man.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing. They brought him in for a reason. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've got, let's go from the start. Do the ceremonial draft board review. See what I mean by 7 there, Christopher? Take a look. Very interesting build. I mean, I'm not hating on anyone's builds, but it's definitely an interesting build. He definitely uses crayons, you know, all the colors at the same time. So we started from the 5 spot with Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, Worthy, Sutton, Kelsey, Pollard, Herbert, Ridley, Sampson, Dylan Sampson, Brian Robinson, Brenton Strange, Geno Smith to stack with our Bowers. Later on, we added another piece in there. Geno Smith, Ford, DJ Giddens, Austin Eckler to pair with Robinson, which, like I said, I don't usually do, but I feel like in this case, if for whatever reason Washington doesn't go heavy at running back, I think that's a pretty pretty decent build there with Conklin for the Chargers stack. Jaden Blue as my last running back, and then Torrey Horton, and Trey Tucker at receiver. It's barf. Christopher says Seven's barf. That's a good way to describe it. And then
it's interesting.
You want to read off your team there, Aaron?
Sure. So at quarterback, I got Josh Allen and Jordan Love, a little bit stronger than it probably needed to be. McBride and only Colston Loveland, shallower than it probably needed to be, but I like the upside. A receiver, CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore, Zay Flowers, Jacoby Myers, Egbuka, Rashad Bateman, Trey Harris, Wicks, and then Slayton. I like my receiver room. And then at running back, I got Henderson, Ramondre, Swift, Tootin, Dowdle, and then Lloyd and Justice Hill. I like it. It's just a little shallow at tight end.
Yeah, and I mean, look, if Loveland hits, you're basically depending on McBride anyways every week. So if Loveland can get like a decent landing spot and then somehow work himself into that starting role earlier, you're fine. That's basically what you're looking at. So hopefully McBride gets like a late bye week, and then gives Loveland enough time to kind of work himself into filling out the bye week, and then whatever, if he misses a week or two or has like a down week or something like that.
That's the plan.
So when you start drafting early next week, whenever you get to do that, what are things you're looking for? What is it that you're, if you have like a tip for anyone that's listened or watched this till the end, for guys that are going to get into drafts early next week to take advantage of kind of that post NFL draft? Because the ADP is definitely going to adjust eventually, but there's an opportunity. There's a small window there where you can take advantage. Is there anything specific that you're looking for, or it's just kind of?
I'd love to be drafting Monday, but I can't, so I'll be in Vegas. So I think the benefit, really you want to make your assessments of how the draft picks affect other players on the team, and then the ADP won't adjust. And don't be afraid to reach on the guys then, because then you can miss out on them. If you wait on them, there's going to be other guys that are thinking the same thing and they're going to grab them. So you don't be afraid to grab a guy 3, 4, depending on who it is or how they change over the draft. But don't be afraid to go get your guy in those drafts.
So have your pre-draft, your pre-NFL draft ADP, like your Mojo draft board open for how it looked like prior. And then don't only just focus on the guy specifically, but how it's going to affect other guys in that offense is what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's slow to adjust. So in a lot of times people will temper their expectations. So they might like a guy, but they won't pull him all the way to where he should be. So don't be afraid to go down and grab him and pull him up higher. Don't be afraid to, don't try and get value on everybody, because there's going to be other guys thinking the same thing you're doing.
Just look at the rookies we're talking about, right? All these rookie running backs. There's going to be someone in there that's going to land in a decent spot, or that's going to maybe feel a little juicier, whether it's a tight end, a running back, a receiver. So make sure you get down there and grab that guy earlier, and don't just wait for the ADP to move him up into your queue.
Yeah, for sure. So I say the Bears don't draft a running back until the 7th round. That's not going to happen. But say they don't draft a running back until the 7th round. Yeah. Don't try and wait. Don't try and wait and get Swift in the 9th round. Get him earlier, because he's going to go earlier. Even if they pick up a Dobbins or something like that.
Exactly.
So.
All right, man. This has been a blast. Again, if you guys are watching, make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe. We got live drafts, at least 3 a week, coming at your face, evenings, during the day, weekdays. We're going to start getting these shows going. We might have an announcement soon, pretty big announcement coming for show we're going to get on going regularly. Peanut Punch, where can they find you out there in Fantasyland? I know you're in every draft room.
Yeah, in the drafts, drafters, underdog, FFPC. I have a Twitter, but I don't know. I don't really use it so much. I just do it more for fun. So I think it's A_J_Hernandez.
It is. It is. That's the only way I can find you.
Okay.
It works for me. It works for me when I got to reach out to you. But no, man, I appreciate you jumping on. I know we it's been a bit of a challenge with the audio issues, but I appreciate you being patient. And tonight was fun, man. It's always fun drafting against you, watching what you're doing in your builds. And good luck. Well, have fun in Vegas for sure. That's a given this weekend. At least you get to see some of the draft while you're there. And we'll see you in the draft rooms, man. And hopefully I can get you back on this off season and we could talk about some of those changes that happened in the ADP.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I appreciate you having me on. I had fun.
Yeah, man. This was a good time. All right, guys. Have a good night. If you're watching this later on, appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll check you all later.